What's the soccer beat? Powered by Engen today, celebrating women as Women's Month. And we're doing the right thing. Um, we got a rising star, you know, to chat to us today. But you know what to do. Hit that like button. Let us know you are here, you are present with us, you are engaged with us, so that we can recognize you too. Of course, leave us a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's keep growing and growing this community. Welcome to Princess um, Mobeng. I had to make sure I get that right. Mobeng.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got that right.
Yes, Zongogola. We're coming to chat all things engine, engine football, engine soccer. Champ of Champs, of course, is the big one that everybody's talking about. That's the ultimate, that's the pinnacle. That's where the champion, the ultimate champion, will also be crowned. Uh, what's going through your mind as you build up to that big moment?
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me, first of all. I think it's always a beautiful moment when I sit and think of Engen Sports and how the journey has been. But then now leading up to Champ of Champs, it's going to be a holistic moment for me, full circle, because it was at the Engen Champ of Champs where I first had to have my first experience of what it takes to be in a space like the Engen Champ of Champs, the energy, the passion, the talent of young people, and just everybody making sure that, the closing off of, the tournament in itself is superb. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I had the opportunity of being part of the Engen Knockout Challenge. So it's a beautiful build up for me. I'm so excited.
We've heard a lot from the players, former players, legends, who've been there in the roles of ambassadors. From a sportscaster's view, and you being also at the beginning of this journey, from Engine, um, your thoughts on the tournament as you view it from the stands.
Yeah, I think for me, with having the opportunity of, being in Durban, being in Cape Town, being in Joburg, and having to see the build up through the Engen Knockout Challenge, I really saw a different light in the players that we had. But you could also see the passion in their eyes and how much they really wanted to make it to the Engen Champ of Champs. And it also brought about, I think for me, some of the players and the teams that I had seen last year having to come through and fight to be the ultimate winners for them to go and redeem themselves. I think that is quite beautiful because we do now have teams that will be competing at the Engen Champ of Champs that have made it even last year. They were there. So I think seeing that fire ignited in them, I think also for me, I see that quite inspirational, goes to speaks volumes as to how one should never also give up. And I think it's beautiful to witness, beautiful to see youth development football having so much impact in young people, in women's lives, and the young girls' lives as well. So yeah, man, it's going to be an epic one. I can already tell that at this point you can't tell who is taking it because even the champions get knocked out, eh?
Are you picking up elements of the rivalries from the senior teams? Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns. The girls, Abo Rosies. Are you picking up any elements of those Soweto Derby elements within those teams?
Well, tell you what, your Cape Town Roses, they're coming back yet again. Even the Durban ladies, they're really fighting it out. And I think it brings excitement when we look at just the sport in itself, but also it shows how much that young people want it. I think it also puts them in a very beautiful position of them fighting their hearts out and wanting to making it at the top, but also what Engen has done is that it affords them the opportunity and the position to be in the right place, surrounded by the right people. We have your scouts, and we have people who have played the likes of Brighton, who know how it is up there at the top, and they're able to engage with these young people. So I think it's a beautiful thing. They're there for a very serious thing, to be crowned champ of champs, but also just a holistic experience for them. So I think it's going to be quite a beautiful one.
And when as you grow, yeah, of course, you're forming a bond now with the next superstars as well. Are there one or two or three where you are like, yeah, hey, this one I'm gonna interview when he becomes this, when he becomes, and can you name them one or two or three?
Look, I had the beautiful opportunity of, I think, like when I think about it, she continues to inspire me. Adriel, she jetted off to the US, and I think the beauty of having to speak to her just after UJ got victory. I think for me, she's one person that we need to look out for, and I can't wait for a moment where I get to speak to her and she is in Banyana kids. I think that for me would be quite a beautiful thing to see, because her talent impeccable, and she deserves, you could see that she puts in, her heart and her soul when it comes to the field of play. So I think she's one person that I'm definitely keeping my eye on.
um, and the players are obviously doing their own thing on the pitch. Where now, how are you preparing for Champ of Champs? Are you doing any rituals? What's happening behind the scenes? What's going on?
Well, definitely no Rachel's for me, but I think just going back into, looking at, the beautiful footage that we've had of the players. There are players that have done tremendously well, and I've had the opportunity to engage with them. So I think what personally I am doing is looking more into them, drawing inspiration from them. Because, when things happen in the moment, it's quite easy for you to miss. But when you have the opportunity to go back and you look at these young people and these young players telling their story, I get inspired all over again. I think I'm now rejuvenated. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Just me personally, just simply prepping myself the best way that I can. And the Champ of Champs are definitely it's going to be a beautiful one to watch.
And stories about the ambassadors, engaging with them, touring with them running it back with you when they were that age. What was going on. Any special stories that you can share with us?
With the Engen ambassadors, I really do believe that there was a special hand that handpicked all of them. You Tabiso, you Brighton, you Candice, Coach Thabo. And I think ever since winning the Sportscaster search, for me, they have been pouring into my cup from day one. You know, I do remember being at Marks Park, and I was probably just sitting there on the couch, and everyone was so excited. So, having had that beautiful experience since then, I had an opportunity to shadow Brighton, to shadow as well as Tabi. So, one thing they will do is to pour into me and to remind me as well, to say, you deserve to be here. Your voice needs to be heard, and you are worthy. There's so much that you can give. And I think it's beautiful because for you to give out, you need to have something in you, So they pour into me. Beautiful. I think having to tour with them as well was quite an experience. Was quite an experience.
Who's your money on? It's a safe space. We don't judge. It's a safe space. You know, you only get this one chance. You only get this one chance to to get it out. Just so that everybody just knows, but
You know
nobody will
what?
judge.
There's
Nobody
one
will
thing that
judge.
I discovered. There's one thing that I discovered from the Engen Knockout Challenge this year. And it's the reason why I'm not going to bank my money on anyone. Is because we saw a beautiful rise of underdogs. And the best of the best being knocked out. I do not want to put my money on anybody.
So one of the
But
underdogs. So okay. So one of the underdogs.
I think we go one of the underdogs. Let's just keep
Okay.
it there. We're gonna come back to this
Let's write. Let's write
conversation.
it. Yeah, yeah. We're not gonna take a
We're gonna
screenshot. We're
come
gonna
back to
write it
this.
down.
We're gonna come back to this
No
conversation, and
screenshot.
I'll say, "I told you so." But I think with that, it goes to show how much they take when it comes to the Engen Knockout Challenge, the Engen Champ of Champs, because it has grown beautifully over the years to be one of those trusted platforms to bring out the best in the game. We've seen, young players go on and make it part of the big teams, make it all part of our national squad. And I think that's also what I discovered with the underdogs, is that they have grit, they have determination, and they have that thing of we've never experienced it, we've never been to the Champ of Champs, and we're gonna gain ourselves there. So I think one of them is going to take it. If the big teams do come back, I think it's gonna be a good one.
Thanks so much, Princess Mobeng. Wish you all the best. May the team that you do bank secretly on, win the tournament. But yeah, we'll see you at the Champ of Champs.
Well, thank you so much. It's been an awesome one. And this woman's month, we continue to say it's her moment. SoccerBeat, what?